Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our little corner of the internet, and welcome back to the Taking Liberties Pro Wrestling podcast.
We are alive. I don't know why I have to say this every episode, but we are alive. Oh, man. Truly, we do not intend to take a goddamn month in between these episodes, but life just be... Bro. So, Marquise, do you want to give the lovely listeners a little update on what's been going on with you this past month?
All right, so this past month has been a little rough. I've gotten 2 jobs in the past month, just trying to kind of leave the really shitty I had to leave the really shitty job that I was at for 2 years because it was awful. Turns out my ex-boss actually just got fired, or he walked out, but I know the truth is he got fired this past week, which is great news. Like I said, I've gotten 2 jobs since. So I had one job that I worked for 2 days, and I was like, this is not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out.
This ain't it.
Thankfully, thankfully, one of my coworkers from the job that I was leaving had set me up with something where I'm currently at now. So, and the people are much better. It's a much more cool atmosphere, and I enjoy it significantly more. So that's pretty much what's been going on with me.
Yeah, and so as a side effect of you getting 2 different jobs over the course of March, it became a scheduling nightmare to get us some alone time to get this gimmick going.
Yeah.
Which is the main reason why this gimmick hasn't been out in a whole month.
Yeah, because obviously, as everyone knows, when you get a job, they got to fit you into the schedule, so you don't exactly know how the schedule is going to go. And they usually have you working a shit ton of hours at first or whatever. It's a whole process, the deal. So, yeah, we kind of had to find something, but I think we are in the groove now. And there will also be a pretty big change soon.
Oh, yes, sir. Let me tell you about it right now. So, I don't know if I ever mentioned this on the podski here, but I'm moving down like 5 minutes from my brother.
Goddamn right.
Yes, sir. I'm moving my ass down to Texas. Who needs dumb old Texas? I guess us. But anyway, so this past month I've been a little bit laser focused on all the semantics and inner workings of, moving across the entire goddamn country.
Someone who's done it, it's not fun. And you're traveling much farther than I. I only traveled 1,000, I guess about 1,200 miles. How many will you be traveling?
Well, the first leg of my trip is I'm going to Florida, and that's like something like 1,800 miles. And then the second leg would be probably around 1,000. So nice. I'm traveling damn near 3,000 miles from actually it's not fuck ass. New Hampshire's pretty sick, but still. New Hampshire's kind of far away from the South. If you know anything about American geography. But anyways, yeah, so all that's been going on. So it's quite possible the next time you hear our voices, we might be in the same room. And that's gonna hit different.
Yeah, it's gonna hit very different.
Yeah, so hopefully.
It sounds shitty, hopefully.
So hopefully in the future, once that's taken care of, I can get myself a nice little cam ski, and maybe we can do some video for our Patreon people. Speaking of which, we should get a little plug. Take a look at our Patreon. You want to drop the link, Beretta Man?
Yes, of course. Speaking of said Patreon, you can actually become a patron. We have a $1, $5, and $10 tier. We actually have 2 $10 tier patrons right now. Just absolute mad people.
Those mad men.
And our boy Max, just absolute supporters of the show. Always doing it big.
Especially for an entire month where we did fuck all.
I know.
Sorry, brothers. Thank you so much.
Thanks, we appreciate it so much. We promise we'll make it up to you. But and if any of you guys want to support we promise, especially when Andrew actually moves, we'll be a lot more consistent. But if you guys want to support, you can find our Patreon at patreon.com/TL ProWrestling Pod. You can also find our Twitter at TL ProWrestling Pod. We have a YouTube channel, Taking Liberties Pro Wrestling Podcast. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Owl, Bullhorn, Blueberry.
Bullhorn! Oh, hell yeah!
So many places.
Shouts out to Bullhorn. Never seen it once. Don't need to. I love it.
Honestly, it's actually a disgusting amount of play, like an abundance of places, a plethora, if you will.
We are basically at all podcast retailers.
Honestly, every time I search us up, which is weird to do, but I only do it for
vanity.
Statistical purposes.
Don't lie.
No,
I don't vanity search. You vain bastard.
No, that's weird. I only do it for statistical purposes, so I can see the places like Blueberry and Owl, Horn, these places that I've never even heard of. But I can see that we've now been thrown on their services, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Am I missing anything else? Thank you guys for 1,100, a little over 1,100 total listens on the podcast. It
1,111.
It's just absolutely insane.
And it took less than a year. Let's go.
We thank you guys so much. It has been just very humbling and a very great feeling. And I never even thought that I would get 100 listens, let alone 1,000 listens. So it's pretty fucking dope. And I really appreciate it so very much.
Yeah, it's real sick to always see those numbers slowly but surely climbing, baby. You already know. And one other thing, if you are perhaps an epic gamer of sorts, we have a Discord for the Taking Liberties Pro Wrestling Podcast. If you get up with us on the Twitter machine, send us a little DM. We can supply you personally with a link. Come hang out with all the boys and girls, mostly boys, maybe all boys. Don't worry about that. But anyway, the good dudes, we're good dudes. Everyone likes to have a lot of fun together. It's a good time.
Super epic gaming style.
Yes. And so one more thing, Apple reviews. Drop us a little review ski on the Apple Podcast platform. We would incredibly appreciate a little 5-star frog splash on them stars, son. Leave us something funny, something whatever, sincere, mean even. But have at it.
Anything helps, Yeah,
and we'll read it. We'll read it out loud on the gimmick.
Yeah, if you want it read, we will read it for free.
We will read it for free. Yes, for free. Free
you
99.
Don't even have to do anything except just leave the review. I mean, it's only like 30 seconds of time, if that. So
get at it, son.
Say something nice, say something mean, say something. I don't care. Something.
Anything.
Yeah, please.
And so it's time for us to move on to our real gimmick. We're going to talk about some Impact Wrestling. So
TNA, the new face of professional wrestling.
Yeah, you're damn fucking right. So before we get into the actual review of the show, I'd like to quickly recap what happened on the last episode, on the last show that we did, which we reviewed Lockdown 2005. I'd like to just quickly run down what happened for the sake of the what do you call it? The my mind's blanking on what you call the show after. Regardless, this is the episode that we're reviewing, like it's right after Lockdown. So
yeah.
On this show, we had Apollo and Sonny Siaki defeat Chris Candido and Lance Hoyt. R.I.P. my boy. Dustin Rhodes defeated Bobby Roode in a shit match.
Yeah.
Shocker defeated Chris Sabin. The Wikipedia says Matt Bentley. That's hilarious.
Yep.
Michael Shane and Sanjay Dutt. Jeff Hardy defeated Raven. America's Most Wanted defeated Team Canada. Chris Daniels defeated Elix Skipper. And Team Kevin Nash, which was... Kevin Nash was not on this team. BG James, DDP, and Sean Waltman defeated Team Jarrett, which consisted of Jeff Jarrett, Monty Brown, and the Outlaw, the Ass Man, the Kip, the James. And the main event, which was absolutely unreal, we had AJ Styles defeat Abyss. Oh, baby. And he is now the number one contender for Jeff Jarrett's NWA World Heavyweight Championship at the upcoming Hard Justice pay-per-view. Which is really fucked up because Abyss won that ladder match at Destination X like 2 months ago.
That's true. Yeah, that is fucked up. I think it's real funny that you had to recap that. And it's more so for our sakes because, like, say in a year's time, anyone listening to this right now, they most likely would have been listening to the shows, our podcast, chronologically. So they would have just heard that. But for us, it's been a month. Maybe like a month and a half since we watched that show. It's been a month since we watched the shows that we're going to review.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So, yeah.
These notes are actually important for us.
Yeah, very.
So, the April 29th episode, 2005, of course, episode of Impact, we open with a recap of Lockdown, like I just ran down, and of course they be sure to tell us that AJ Styles is going to take on Jeff Jarrett for the NWA World's Championship at Hard Justice. The opening contest of the show was Petey Williams versus Shocker.
Damn Canadians.
These damn Canadians, bro. Worse than Mexico or whatever.
Mexico North.
Mexico North. Yeah. So this match was pretty good. Match opens with some pretty technical stuff, regular X Division TNA stuff back in the day. Shocker goes off the ropes, hits a goddamn tiger feint kick to recover fast, and then comes through with a snap power slam on Petey Williams. I thought that was sick. Yeah. I kind of like when people use a tiger feint kick as like a way to recover from an Irish whip or whatever.
Just they should.
It's a good way to come back and do something without just looking like a goober. So then Shocker goes for the sunset powerbomb. Or no, is it? Yeah, Shocker goes for a sunset powerbomb to the floor, but Williams drops the leg on Shocker's face. He gave it to him.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah, Williams all over this match was bumping like crazy for Shocker, though. He was here to make this guy look like a king. And of course, because Shocker won that X Division shootout cage match gimmick at Lockdown, he is the number one contender for Chris Daniels' X Division Championship. So obviously he's going to beat the brakes off this Canadian piece of trash.
Hopefully. Damn Canadians.
Yep. And then Williams.
At one point, Peter Williams does a fucking sharpshooter because, Canada.
Yeah, baby. So he motions for a Canadian destroyer. Shocker fights out. And then Williams comes right back, locks in the sharpshooter. Shocker gets to the ropes. Williams tries to lock it again, but then Shocker reverses and gets a quick pin. And then after the match, Mike Tenay, big man Mike Tenay, the professor, enters the ring with Shocker, where he asks him about his upcoming X Division Championship match against Chris Daniels on May 15th at Hard Justice. Didn't really say a whole lot except, I'm gonna win.
Yeah, he cuts a bilingual promo just saying he was the best in Mexico and he's going to be the best here and he's coming to win all the belts. Wasn't bad.
No, he just said the things. Serviceable. Yeah. Did his job.
Yep.
He did the thing. So then at the table, DW and Tenay are talking about how Lockdown delivered from match 1, which made me, I literally wrote my notes, this shit made me guffaw. I was like, what? I could not believe
I don't know about all that.
The balls they had to make that claim.
You gotta sell the product, right?
Yeah, but shit, man, you're lying. Then they
you got to sell the product, man.
Sell this, bitch. So then
that's for sure.
Then they touch on the injury that Chris Candido suffered at Lockdown, but they said that he will be on this show to support his team, the Naturals, in their main event tag team championship match. This was haunting.
Yeah, I don't know how many tapings they did, but this might have been Chris Candido's. If they did multiple tapings, and he's probably got 1 or 2 more tops, but if not, then this is his last show. Which,
I mean, at least it's the main event. So have at it, baby. Yeah. Shouts out to my boy. Moving on, we have Buck Quartermain versus Sanjay Dutt. Bro, I was ready. My body, my soul, my everything was ready for some Buck Quartermain.
Oh. My note is, next up is Buck Quartermain versus Sanjay Dutt. I wonder what Andrew's reaction was when he saw Quartermain and then Dutt.
Bro, I was going crazy.
Because Quartermain came out first.
Yes.
And then Dutt came out. So you knew what the outcome of this match was going to be.
Yeah, I was going stupid. I was like, let's go. I was hyped for both these dudes, but mostly Buck Quartermain because that's my guy.
Yeah.
That's true. So, all right. Pretty serviceable match. Personally, I thought it was fucking crazy that Sanjay actually won it after how they treated him at Lockdown. So
yeah, dude, he did a fucking back body drop to Quartermain in this match at one point. I was like, "There's no way." Like, yeah, no,
I'm pretty sure I wrote something about. I was like, "Bullshit."
Yeah, like bullshit, because Quartermain is like a Sanjay and a half. Like,
I was like, "This is horseshit."
No.
Oh yeah. I literally have a note about that, so we'll get there when I get there. So immediately at the beginning of the match, Buck gets sent to the floor. As he climbs the apron, he shoulder blocks Sanjay and tries to suplex him to the floor, which I wish they had done it. But of course, why the fuck would you want to? The crowd was super, super hot for Sanjay, just like they were at Lockdown. I was very happy to see that. I wrote, don't they know how base this guy is? Talking about Buck. Like, why are you like Sanjay so much?
Quartermain got in a lot more offense than I was expecting.
Yeah, he got a surprising amount.
More. Yeah.
So Sanjay goes for a head scissors something or other. Had no clue what the hell it was, but it was cool. But Buck reverses it into a face buster. Murderous intent with a choke until I think it got to like a 3 count. And then a big back suplex to Sanjay Dutt. Buck at this point is doing the most to keep Sanjay grounded, as he should, because you're fighting an X Division guy. Get that bitch on the mat.
If Buck hadn't done his own back body drop, I would have noticed how absurd it was when Sanjay did one to him.
Oh yeah. So then Sanjay fights out of a rest hold, becomes a house of fire with a back body drop on a much bigger man.
Much like a lot bigger,
like
y'all.
Almost twice his size. Almost bigger. Twice his size.
It looks ridiculous. It would be
bro. You and me are bigger than Sanjay was in 05.
It would be like if Marco Stunt gave Jungle Boy a fucking back body drop. It looks ridiculous. Like, come on now.
Bruh, yeah. So, back body drop. Buck tries to cut him off, but Sanjay recovers on the apron, springs over the top rope into a Frankensteiner pin combo for the win. So Sanjay Dutt walks out with a big dub over my man, Jobber to the Stars. Buck Quartermain, please somebody push this guy. I am begging you. And then we move on. Don't you? What? What'd you say, son?
I said, no, son, what?
I can't believe you right now. I'm gonna fucking choke you when I see you. I swear to God. So
whatever.
Then we move on. Yeah, whatever, dude. So we move on to Mikey Bats versus the Outlaw. On his way to the ring, butt guy Kip James turns around and just stands there for like 5 seconds to show off his fat ass. I was lost. And this dude was crazy.
I don't really... Mikey Bats is whatever. He's a job guy. But he's consistent and reliable, and I like that.
Yeah, he's a good hand.
Honestly. Good journeyman.
That's a curse. He's a journeyman. He's a good hand.
Good journeyman.
Right wait till he gets the chair. I don't know why I was so hung up on him turning around to show off his ass like this, but I was like so taken aback by how long. But he did it for so long. Because
the match was nothing. Like, the match was barely anything. Okay, Buck Quartermain or Mikey Bats barely gets any offense in, and then fucking the Outlaw hits $1 million slam for the win, and he attacked Bats afterwards. Like, that's literally the whole match.
Yeah, I mean, that's for true. It did barely go for 2 minutes. I won't lie.
And some ass stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I did some ass things. But after the match,
that was like the most interesting.
After the match is where things matter. So after the match, 3 Live Crew them boys come down to the ring to confront the Outlaw. BG starts by saying he wants to settle this once and for all, but Conan's like, "All right, you piece of trash. Let me talk to you."
He said, "Yeah, let's settle this. Actually, let's actually settle it."
He's like, "Actually," he says, "You're damn right." And then he says, "We try to stay sucker free, but that's kind of difficult with you around." And I could not believe this promo. Oh my god! I was like, "Dude, Conan, this is my guy right here." Like outside of Buck Quartermain, Conan's that guy. So, with all that said and done, a match for next week is set for Conan versus the Outlaw, and I'm hoping to see someone get their ass whipped.
Hopefully it's the Outlaw.
Yeah, that's for damn true. So then we go backstage with Dusty Rhodes in his office to formally announce the upcoming Hard Justice pay-per-view. He announces a 20-man battle royale for a shot at one of the championships.
Yep, kept it vague.
He never specified, but I'd assume it'd be the NWA title because it's on pay-per-view, but whatever.
Vague.
You would think. He then announces AJ Styles versus Jeff Jarrett for the NWA World Championship. We'll have a special guest referee.
And y'all will never guess the special guest referee for TNA.
Tito Ortiz.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
I love this.
What do they call what do they call him? The Huntington Beach bad boy?
I don't know.
Is that what they call him?
I don't watch UFC. That shit's fake.
Yeah, that shit's fake. I'm talking about the real shit.
I only watch real sports.
Yeah, I only watch real sports like Pro Graps.
Yeah. God. Ew. Don't call it that.
Pro Graps?
Yeah, don't call it that.
Nah, I looked up Pro Graps. Graps fans!
That's cringe.
Calling all Graps fans. Listen to this podcast.
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted the Mr. Anderson Wrestling as People Are Fake shirt. I still want it.
I still want it too. It's a stupid shirt. I love it.
Yeah, this shirt's fucking dumb, but I really want it.
So, immediately after this promo package gimmick with Dusty Rhodes, Jeff Jarrett storms his ass to the fucking ring, and he attacks Tenay at the table as he gloats about how fucked Jeff Jarrett is. Tenay's literally at the table like, yeah, this Jeff Jarrett guy, he's gonna get fucked up by Tito Ortiz. He's gonna fuck him right in the asshole. He's gonna fist this piece of shit. He's gonna fuck him. Yeah. So Jarrett comes through with the... he came with a vengeance. He's like, oh, fuck it.
He comes out all pissed, fucking grabs Tenay by the lapels and shit.
Yeah, he tells him what's up. Then he gets a mic, stands up, literally gets up on the table, talks about how he ain't scared of Tito Ortiz, and he's beaten just about everyone, and that AJ Styles has no chance in hell beating him for the title. He said he's also going to stop the taste out of Tito Ortiz's mouth when he sees him, and this guy is digging his own grave, saying this shit on television.
Yep.
Of course, this shit's a work, but like in kayfabe, this guy Jeff Jarrett is shit talking a UFC fighter.
Because I told you that shit's fake, bro.
Yeah,
pro wrestling shit's real.
Yeah, that's true. So,
okay, I guess disclaimer: all UFC fans, whatever, it's all MMA fans. Don't get salty. I'm joking. It's jokes.
Whatever. Jokes? We don't have jokes here.
Except for the ones we joke about.
Yeah, that's true. And then we move on to the main event of the evening. We have The Naturals, The Cause, with Chris Candido versus America's Most Wanted for the NWA Tag Team Championship. Kind of fucked up. They made AMW defend the titles pretty much 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, that is pretty fucked up.
Real fucked up. So Candido comes through with the crutches.
When the match starts, he says to the Naturals, he says, "I love you guys, and nothing in the world would make me miss this match." And I was just like,
yeah, bro, this entire thing is so haunting to watch.
Yeah, it's gross.
Makes you just feel really unhappy feelings. So
yeah.
So Candido comes through with the crutches. I literally said in my notes, couldn't someone get this guy a wheelchair or something? Like, what is this? Couldn't get this guy a wheelchair.
Honestly,
DW and Tenay talk about how it may have been Karma that bit Candido in the ass and caused his injury. And oh man, if they only knew, they wouldn't have said that. They would not have said that. More haunting lines.
I mean, it's not as bad as the "I wish you would have succeeded" line, but it's still really weird.
Yeah, it's tough. So before the match, Candido cuts a promo talking about how he deserves respect and that he loves the two boys in the Naturals. He's got 9 titanium screws and a metal plate in his ankle. That's fucked.
Yeah.
So then Chris Harris comes through.
He went into emergency surgery and then showed back up to the tapings.
Like, yeah, man's like, I got to go to work. That's a madman right there. Huge respect.
I hope Jarrett coughed out the dough to pay for his surgery. Well, it would have been Dixie at this point, but whatever.
In 2005?
Yeah.
When did Dixie come through?
Like 2003.
Really? Wow. A year after? Wow. I didn't think it was that early. I thought it was like...
Yeah, they were losing a lot of money. And Dixie's dead.
Daddy's money.
She wanted to like get involved in the business, and he didn't really want her involved in the business. And she was a mark, so he bought this wrestling thing and gave it to her as a side project. So yeah.
You know who also didn't want Dixie Carter in the wrestling biz?
Everybody?
I was gonna say everybody in the wrestling biz. Sorry, Dixie, you fucked this shit up quick. So Chris Harris comes through, chases after Andy Douglas up the ramp as he tries to get away from him. The whole match just completely falls apart immediately. Shit's just gone to... It's all fucked.
Yeah.
So then Harris and Douglas are up in the crowd fighting around, doing the whole thing in the schmoz. Harris then hits a snap suplex on Douglas on the stairs in the crowd, and I could not believe he fucking did that.
Yeah, it was fun.
You're asking me to take a stair bump? $5,000, son. What the hell is this? I gotta pay my bills for like a month and a half on this one bump. Christ. So, do all that. James Storm and Chase Stevens are on the ramp. Storm runs down the ramp, slams his head into the ramp with his fucking hair, just throws him. Damn. Harris does a slingshot under the guardrail that we saw on UWF last week, but it didn't look nearly as cool.
Nope.
And this entire match up to this point, has been outside of the ring. And I'm confused because they never said it was no countouts or nothing. They just didn't. Because I'm pretty sure the bell had rung at this point. So I don't know what the hell.
I mean, after they break into the ring, it just becomes really boring with the Naturals on top.
Well, it doesn't help that they started the match with a schmoz and then decided to have a regular match after. Like, it should have been the other way. I don't know whoever agented this backstage, you're fired. This makes no sense.
It's probably Al Snow or somebody.
There's no way Al Snow, the guy who's all like, "What's a finish?" is gonna be like, "Yeah, so we're gonna start with a crowd brawl, and then we're gonna go into a regular match."
You'd be surprised.
I sure as shit wouldn't. So, after commercial, they come back. They're in the ring, and the Naturals have the momentum. Hot tag to Harris as he lights up the Naturals. Just absolutely goes nutty bananas crazy on him. Chase Stevens then breaks up a pin, and Storm gets involved. They both wind up outside the ring again, and then Douglas takes the advantage. Chase Stevens tags in, locks in a camel clutch on Harris. Got to humble this guy with his CAW moveset.
Damn right.
And the crowd rallies for Harris, but Stevens shuts him down with a hip attack to the back. Locks it right back in before an elbow to the forehead. Bruh, that looked... Something about like striking someone from like behind to their face. Just, I don't know. Something about that goes crazy to me.
Yeah.
Feels like some real aggression, you know? Like, I want to fucking hurt this guy. So then... gets him back in the camel clutch gimmick. Harris tries to fight back, but he can't mount anything long enough to get any sort of advantage. On the floor, Douglas uses Candido's crutch to beat Harris while Storm tries to do something about it. But then Rudy Charles has to be like, "Well, listen here, you baby-faced piece of trash. I'm supposed to be getting in this ring, you hear?" And whatever. And so everything's just fucked. I don't know what's going on anymore. So lots of cheap shots to stay in control of the match from the Naturals because, of course, Harris fights back for a hot tag to James Storm. Power slam to Stevens. Alabama slam to Douglas. Hurricane Rana to Chase Stevens, but Douglas prevents referee Charles from counting the 3. Bunch of schmoz shit. After Douglas tries to use the tag championship to attack James Storms, but it was a distraction. This is actually kind of cool, low-key. they used the tag belt as like a misdirection for something else. So then Chase Stevens comes in, cracks Storm right over the head with a goddamn chair. I don't know how Rudy Charles didn't hear this.
Yeah, it was weird.
Harris spears Stevens, but Candido uses the confusion to lay Douglas on James Storm so they can win the NWA Tag Team Championships.
Yep.
This match was overbooked to motherfuck.
Oh yeah, overbooked to hell, but I guess they got it. I guess the mindset behind this was, strangely enough, I feel like this was the mindset. Let's not have let's not have AMW lose the belts on pay-per-view, where it would be a big deal that people have paid for. Let's have them lose the belts on free TV, which everyone will watch more. But the thing is, TNA never actually converted those watchers into buyers. So
into paying customers for pay-per-view.
Yeah. I mean, I think when they left Spike, they were averaging like a 1-1-2 and like 15,000 buys, maybe.
That's tough.
Yeah.
So then after the match, Tenay's he's gotten real in his feelings about Candido. He was pissed. He yells at Candido, who recognizes that he was the difference maker for his boys, the Naturals. Tenay proclaims that AMW deserve a title rematch, but Candido ain't trying to hear that shit. And the show goes off the air. I'm not trying to hear it either if I'm Candido, not gonna lie. So that was Impact for April 29th, 2005. Took us almost a year to get 5 months. Cool.
Yeah.
No worries. And so, I suppose it's time to move on to our other segment, the Blast from the Past, brother. This month, we watched.
All right.
We watched.
Oh, go announce it.
Yeah. We watched Armageddon, 2008.
Okay. Liberty Takers, or whatever the fuck you guys want to call it. We still haven't got an official name for that. But
it's time to set some rules.
It's time to set some ground rules. Okay? WWE pay-per-views
are banned from now on. Banned. BANNED, banned.
We're not going to outright say banned, but...
No more, please. I'm begging.
Please. 3-hour WWE pay-per-views are so taxing.
From before.
For several reasons.
In the 2000s, too. Like, oh my god, bro. There's not even any Stone Cold on this.
The wrestling is all the same. None of it's all that interesting. And it's all wrestling that isn't good. It's there's no segments or anything to break up or talk about. It's just all boom, boom, boom straight through. And it's trash straight through. And it hurts. Please. Also, Peacock's a whole thing, and it's just gonna be more.
Yeah, now anyway, Peacock's a thing, and VPNs make Discord difficult sometimes. So,
please.
How about how about we get some like early 2000s Ring of Honor recommendations, or some Joshi. Please, someone out there, please give us Joshi suggestions, because that Cinderella tournament went dumb.
Something. You can recommend us Choco Pro. You could recommend us fucking I can't think of anything else, but several there's shit out there. Okay.
There are so many promotions that are not called WWE or TNA. There are so many.
I reviewed a blood sports show with Nick at one point. So
that's awesome.
There's shit out there, okay? Please.
Please. We are begging. Politely. Respectfully, even. Please.
All right.
Thank you.
Get it? Got it?
Good. All right, so moving into Armageddon 2008. This is the show where Jeffrey Nero Hardy finally wins the big one, which is pretty much the only reason I agreed to watch this.
Yeah.
Was just for some Jeff Hardy. So
just want to say this show won by default because no one else even recommended it. So,
because everyone saw Armageddon and they're like, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Literally everyone said, yep, that's it. And I was like, Only because we took liberties like the last 4 episodes that I feel obligated to listen to the people.
Because so it is fan driven, but like
sometimes from now on, no more pay-per-views, please.
Yeah, like jeez, you're killing us.
So the opening promo package of this show speaks of an epic war and whatnot and so forth, and death and destruction and mutually assured destruction and death and nukes and bombs and stuff. The typical Armageddon affair.
Indeed.
One thing I have to say, the set for this pay-per-view is always so fucking crazy. I love it. The burning castle goes so sick.
It's so dope. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really awesome. So, opening contest we have on this card is ECW champion Matt Hardy versus Vladimir Kozlov in a non-title match on pay-per-view. Yes.
Yep.
So
we got the Hardys bookending the show.
Damn right. And only one of them gets to actually have a good match.
But they both leave as champions.
I guess. So this match starts with both men literally squaring up, putting the dukes up, doing a little, come on, Shane. I'm talking about Shane. Talking about. And so, time out. So like, Kozlov throws Matt Hardy with a back suplex like a bitch, like crazy. Lots of rest hold hammer locks and whatnot. Kozlov gets a jawbreaker, which for this we talked about while watching this. I don't know why Kozlov with his hard head gimmick sold for a jawbreaker.
Because why not? He immediately headbutted him in the chest afterwards.
Yeah, he literally immediately he uses the gimmick instantly after getting a jawbreaker. So you're telling me, well, whatever. This shit's stupid.
This whole match was Kozlov rest holds.
It was, dude. How do you open a pay-per-view with a rest hold match?
Yeah, it was fun.
They should have opened this pay-per-view with the match that came after this. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
Yeah, at least with this second on the card, like you cannot open a show with this match. It was a horrible tone to set.
Yeah, this is literally this tone. They opened the show with a cool off.
Yeah.
They said, look at all this pyro. Now breathe.
Honestly.
Yeah. So bunch of fucking rest holds and hammer locks. Kozlov is just sitting on Matt Hardy for like 10 minutes straight. Hardy manages to fight out, hits a top rope double axe handle. Hardy then drives Kozlov's head into the pole a couple times and a side effect for a 2 count. 10 corner punches.
The side effect looked like shit.
Oh, it did look like shit. Hardy goes for the 10 corner punches. Kozlov hikes Hardy over his head, planting him face first on the top of the corner post. Which, fucking, every time I see like a spot like that, I immediately think of Cesaro busting his fucking teeth in at what was it, like Great Balls of Fire or some shit?
Who cares? The fact that he finished that
fucked. Yeah, he's a king. That's a king right there. And then he wrestled with braces for 2 years.
His teeth pushed into his gums. That's
fucked. Shout out to Cesaro. That's the guy right there. Fucking put the strap on him or I'll beat you up.
Really is a cyborg.
So Hardy gets his face planted on the corner post and gets a chokeslam Uranage thing, and the ECW champion gets pinned.
But he does not lose his belt.
No.
Because fuck Vladimir Kozlov.
Dude's based as hell now. I don't know what the hell was going on back in the day.
He's super dope now. Dude shredded out too. Doesn't even look the same.
Yeah, that's an action man right there. So then we move on backstage to Edge and Vicky Guerrero. Sigh. They're on the couch laughing at Matt Hardy taking an L, because Edge would. Edge bolts to prepare for his match at the main event. Chavo rolls in, asks Vicky about how she and Edge... She basically asked Vicky, how did you and Edge take out Jeff Hardy in his hotel before Survivor Series last month? And she repeatedly denies it.
That's what he said. But at first he insinuated, "Hey Vicky, how do you and Edge fuck?"
Yes,
Because at first he was like, "How do you and Edge? How do you guys? How did you do it?
Do what?
And she was like, "Do what, Chavo?"
It.
And he's like, "How do you?" Yeah, he's like, "It. How did you manage to take out Jeff Hardy?" And I'm like,
Oh, brother.
yeah.
Fed comedy in 2008. This was like what? 6 months after they went PG at the Great American Bash. This is awful.
Yeah, it's even worse because this is his on-law family.
Yeah. It's being
Like,
weird.
he's asking, "Hey,
his
how
familia?
did you fuck? How did you fuck my coworker?" It's
Yeah.
weird.
So then Vicky's like, I didn't do none of that. I have nothing to do. I do not associate with Jeff Hardy. And then she fucking tells Chavo to go get her a coffee like a little bitch. That's your nephew. What is wrong with you? And then we move to a quick seg where Hornswoggle sexually harasses Eve Torres with an inflatable hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of weird, but it happened.
It did.
And then we move on to the match that should have opened this fucking show, and I don't know why it didn't. CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio. This match started off with a lot of cool wrestling stuff. You know, what you would probably assume you'd see from these two. Real early on, Rey sets up for a 619, but Punk recovers on the ropes fast enough to intercept Rey with a fast and deep arm drag.
You know, at one point in this match, toward the beginning, when they were doing their chain stuff, Punk, he did the under the arm gimmick. You know, you take their left arm and you put it in the hammerlock, twirl it, and you go under them so you can get behind.
Yeah.
It was really weird seeing, because he's got like 5-6 inches, right? It was super weird.
Yeah, he's so much taller than Rey.
It was very weird. It was very awkward seeing him do that. It was strange. Yeah.
It's funny though. I'll go. I fuck with it.
Yeah.
So then, deep arm drag. He then dumps Rey out of the ring hard on his left knee.
Yeah, right on the left knee.
Bro, you were killing me with that shit when we were watching the pay-per-view, bro. I was crying. Got the left knee.
He really did get dumped super fucking hard on the knee. I was like, oh man.
Not the left knee. That's fucked. He then does. Punk does this really scuffed dive, landing directly on Rey's head.
Dude, that was fucked. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he does a pescado right on Rey's face. Like, it was awful.
So fucked. It's probably because the dude's short. He's supposed to hit his abdomen. He's like, no.
Yeah. No.
Dude, guy forgot that Rey Mysterio is all of like 5'4".
Yeah. So after that, they get back in the ring, and then Rey somehow does his comeback, and I swear I just blacked out. Like, I'm like, I've seen this so many times forever. It's just holy shit. And it was the same sequence. And oh my gosh.
Fucking so there was a point in the match where they're back in the ring. Rey gets put up in a trio woe, and I was amazed that his knee didn't just instantly explode. Into a million pieces. I was like, hey, that's pretty cool.
I mean, at this point, it's got to be bone on bone, right? So, I mean,
the straight up bone to skin, nothing's there, no muscle, nothing, just bone. Some synthetic cartilage. Like, I don't know what's happening here. They do some fucking arm bars to each other. Rey does a cool lucha thing where he grabs Punk's arms through his legs and like jumps over his body and then lays back while hooking his legs. It looked crazy. I thought that was going to be the finish right there because of how absolutely insane this looked.
Oh yeah, that was real cool.
But no, Punk kicked out to do some more shit. Punk dodges a 619, goes for a GTS, which Rey counters into a Hurricane Rana, hits the 619. He goes for the splash gimmick that he does because the West Coast pop just ain't good enough, I guess. And
moves.
Yeah, so he goes for the splash when Pump simply sits up to avoid. He literally just sits up to dodge Rey. It was incredible.
Smoke with him.
Then does some fuck shit, and do this brutal GTS that bloodies the hell out of Ray's nose. This bloody man.
Absolutely destroyed him. Yeah.
And then CM Punk gets the win, and he's named the number one contender for William Regal, Bill Regal's Intercontinental Championship. Yeah. High key, I kind of fuck with King Regal back in the day. That was kind of that dude. He did the Regal.
There was a time when William Regal didn't do the drugs, and his push in 2008 was seen through. And I want to live in that timeline because.
Yeah, I would like to see where this would have culminated, because I'm sure it would have been pretty cool. Don't do drugs, kids. You'll get food poisoning. So then they cut to, speaking of food poisoning, holy shit, Jeff Hardy is in a dark room with moody green lighting, talking about who he is, how he is, what he is, whatever, and how he's always getting asked questions about whether or not he can change. I simply wrote Victory Road 2011.
Yeah.
That's all I wrote.
That's a really, really bad promo. And this is like his championship promo.
Now, if you want a good promo, this next seg when, I don't know, this was the craziest fucking thing I'd ever seen. Fucking 2008 truly was different. So, John Bradshaw Layfield comes out with a big-ass limo and the 10-gallon hat swag. You already know. This guy is feeling different. Tonight, in that ring, he announces his newest employee, Shawn Michaels. Michael Higginbottom. That piece of trash. In the ring, he starts talking. This is unreal. JBL. Or no. So Shawn comes to the ring. He starts talking about the economy and how he isn't immune to the economic crash of 2008.
He says, I'm broke. I don't have any more money. Broke. All these last 6 years that I've been back, I have somehow spent all of those millions and millions of dollars. I am broke.
So this is what Shawn said about all the money. He said his financial advisor invested his earnings from the past 6 years in the stock market. He gave money to loved ones, the less fortunate, and his church. That's cool, man. But now that the market has gone to absolute shit, Michaels is poor as fuck.
Yeah. He somehow lost all of his money between his first retirement and these last 6 years. I mean, that's
fuck.
Yeah, I mean, fuck me. I know a lot of people lost a lot of money. Shit.
So, because of all this, HBK has agreed to work for JBL. So basically, JBL is Shawn Michaels' sugar daddy.
Yep. Shawn Michaels is JBL's bitch boy.
You're damn right. Well, that's what you get for playing with the stock market, kid. Yeah. So then we go backstage with Eve Torres, who's with Randy Orton, but as soon as she introduces him, the American Nightmare interrupts to speak on some bullshit. Randy just walks up.
List is
thick. It is thicker than molasses, baby.
You can tell this man was bullied so hard by Vince. Because this dude's lisp is, I mean, he definitely still has one now, but compared to this,
got enough meat on your tongue, kid?
Yeah, like compared to this, it's non-existent because he was. I mean, everyone made fun of Swagger's lisp.
Oh, baby, no. Cody was a Boy Scout talking about that.
Cody, yeah, you can tell this was a man who was bullied out of his lisp, and it's kind of fucked, but.
More power to him.
It's definitely weird going back this far and hearing him talk when, he's on AEW or whatever, cutting his Cody promos.
Yeah, his Cody promos talking about the dictionary and the thesaurus. So then Randy just walks away after Manu calls Batista a fake piece of trash.
Completely fucking forgot about Manu.
Yeah, that guy Manu.
So much. And then when we were thinking about his name, I called him Samu. So
we both are like a Samu, right? Like, no, it's Manu. Oh, well. Sorry.
We're not racist. We promise.
Sorry. I didn't know that. Literally.
Sorry about that.
So then we move on to Finlay versus big bad gorilla back sexual chocolate man Mark Henry. And a Belfast brawl. Dude, why was every single one of Finlay's pay-per-view matches a fucking Belfast brawl?
Because why not?
Dude had his own gimmick, a street fight. Cool.
Yeah.
He do be loving to fight. I can't. Although I was kind of perturbed that they came out to Hornswoggle's music and not Finley's, because I'm trying to hear my name's Finley and I love to fight. Oh. And then the bagpipes or whatever the fuck go crazy. Like, hell yeah, dude, that's my shit. Yeah, my man's not like, bro, Finley. Put some respect on Finley, bro. My dude's first name is Fit. Okay, respect him. Respect my man. So
it's gonna punch in the eye, dude.
I got to punch in the temple. Put you to sleep. So. I don't know what the fuck it's.
That's for sure.
Yeah. So Finley and Henry immediately go straight to the outside of the ring because this is a street fight on pay-per-view. You better. After Finley gets dumped by Henry, just thrown piece of shit. Finley throws a bunch of kendo sticks and trash cans into the ring. I forgot to mention this. Tony Atlas is at ringside with Mark Henry. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I love that guy. He was one of my favorites to play in Legends of Wrestling.
Oh yeah,
that game rules. So Tony Atlas out ringside hits Finley in the ass with a trash can lid, which he no-sells. He kicks him right in the face. I'm like, bro, whose man's is out here hitting Finley in the ass with a trash can lid? You menace, Christ. So. Finley uses some weapons and shit, but Mark Henry is literally a force of nature. Lots of headbutts drop Finley. Then he manages to avoid a booty splash. Grabs a shillelagh, but Henry snags it and breaks it over his knee like a piece of trash.
Yeah.
Finley's in like, oh, I have kendo stick. And Henry's like, I can break that too. Henry gets the stairs. Throws them over the top into the ring. That's that fucking strongman shit I'm here for. Let's go. Also, side note, no more kendo sticks in pro wrestling. Please. Thank you. So all that, Finley low kicks Henry, gets a new shillelagh from Hornswoggle, cracks that bitch right over the skull with it for the W. Tony Atlas literally did the one thing and didn't do anything else. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. Before the match, Finley told Hornswoggle not to come out there, and he wasn't impressed when Hornswoggle came out there.
Yeah, I wasn't even mad. Like, what the hell? Literally told him stay in the back. Like, don't come out here, you fucking... my son, do not enter my battlefield, whatever. And then he just comes through with a shillelagh, like, okay.
Yeah, he wasn't upset at all. Like, he was actually very happy.
Yeah, he was very happy to see him.
Yeah, he even hugged him, yeah.
What the hell? And so Finley gets the win over Mark Henry, and it's cool in the gang and whatever and have you. And then we go backstage. This segment was different. So we're in some locker room with, let me see if I can name everyone who was here. So we have the Bella Twins, Melina, Tiffany, aka Taryn Terrell, for those of you who may not know, Santa Claus, Jesse, Festus, IRS, Pat Patterson, Goldust, and the Boogeyman singing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas."
I don't even remember this segment. Was this when I was having technical difficulties? Because I know I was having technical difficulties during
the Cena Jericho gimmick. Yeah.
During the,
I think you blocked this out of your memory.
The Batista and Orton one, because I remember I even noted down that. So this all happens after Goldust and the Boogeyman scare off Santino Marella, who was around for some reason with Beth Phoenix, which was a great angle back. I mean, Beth Phoenix and Santino was a great angle back in the day, but I had no clue why the fuck they were in this segment. They were just here. They were literally just there to like I'm a heel. What? Pretty much.
And also the Boogeyman singing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" is some of the most cursed shit I have ever seen. Truly. And so we move on to Randall Orton versus Dave. Yes.
Yep.
This is supposedly like some sort of this is supposedly some sort of blood feud or whatever, right? Like these dudes fucking hate each other, right?
Yeah, like they were talking about like going all the way back to Evolution and shit, and I'm
I
like,
fucking really want
really?
to. And so
That's serious?
no. So it's serious, right? This shit's real, right? So how do they open the match? With a 3-minute collar and elbow tie up.
Of course, that's.
And
What
I mean 3 minutes. I
You
wasn't
have to-
hyperbole. I was not being hyperchronic, bro.
You have
No
to get
jokes.
over your technical acumen.
By being in a collar and elbow tie up and rolling around the ropes and corners for 3 minutes, that's awesome.
What do you think wrestling is?
Real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that shit, Batista gets dumped out of the ring and Manu and Cody Rhodes attack. The referee, this made no sense. The referee catches them in 4K, beating the piss out of Dave Batista, right? Then he throws them out, which, first off, this should have been a DQ. He just throws them out for this, which, if you're asking me, what they should have done here is called a DQ, and then Dave be all like, I'm a babyface, and demand the match restart to get Dave over.
Yeah, you'd think.
I don't know why. I feel like literally every single Fed pay-per-view we watch, I literally come up with better ways to do the things they do. Every time. I hate this. Please. Do something better. This sucks.
Just write better.
You literally write better. It's not hard. I literally came up with that on the spot watching all that happen. I was like, they could have done this so much better. So, Orton reverses a Batista bomb into a neck breaker. Orton then hits the rope hung DDT after Batista gets thrown around again and mounts the apron. Gets thrown out again and mounts the apron. He sold us like death too. I was like, damn, Dave just died? That's crazy. Bunch of rest holds. Batista finally begins fighting back after like 6 minutes straight of heat.
Yeah.
6 minutes straight. Batista goes for the top rope for some fucked reason. Gets caught up by this. Literally, he went to the top rope just to get caught. It's incredible. He gets caught by Randy Orton to a superplex, just like his paw.
Yeah.
His much more famous and successful father. Yes.
Sure. Yeah. It was a perfect superplex, though.
Yeah, it was a good superplex.
Was just perfect.
So then Batista kicks out, hits a spine buster for a 2 count of his own. Batista sets up for his finish. Randy counters for an RKO, gets pushed off, planted into the mat. Batista goes for a spear, but Randy kicks him in the face because that is the only way anyone knows how to dodge it.
Yeah.
Hits that backbreaker gimmick he does where he like grabs you with his arm and like pulls you over onto his back or whatever. He uses his back to break your back. It's pretty weird. And Randy then tries for another RKO, gets countered into a back suplex slam gimmick thing. And then Orton gets caught by Batista in the corner, gets his ass destroyed with a Batista bomb, and he wins. Orton was... I don't know what Orton was trying to do in the corner either. Like, he was pretty much begging for this to happen.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what it was he was doing, but I remember he was doing some weird shit, and he was begging to get powerbombed.
I think it was... I can't remember if he was on the top or he did like an up and over. My note is Batista versus an Alabama slam. Batista bomb for the win.
Yeah, so weird, but whatever. Yeah. Batista won, so it's cool. Whatever. Then we move on to a trademark of 2000s WWE, a Santa's Little Helper 8 Diva tag team match.
Okay, I have 3 notes for this match.
I have 1 note for this match.
Okay, read your note.
This match happened. The baby faces win.
Okay.
That's all I wrote.
I guess I technically have 2 aside from the one where I said all 6 mics are live on commentary and that's fucked.
Oh, yeah, I forgot all 3 commentary teams were live during this match.
Yeah. Baby faces win. Also, the baby faces were the baby faces wearing green and the heels won.
Yeah, got a color code. So after the match, this is where the shit really started to, pick up. Business started to pick up. After the match, the great Kali, you know, the Punjabi playboy, comes out to make out with some sexy women.
I was jamming out so fucking hard to this theme, dude. I love Kali's theme. It's
we were both going crazy. We were both dancing and fucking. Shit, I could have broken my chair.
Honestly.
So in the ring we have it was Maria, Mickie James, and Michelle McCool, which I was super taken aback at Michelle McCool being on the babyface side of a match in 2008.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Like, that's weird. So Kali comes out. And they're all like, I don't think any of us want to kiss you, Kali. That's kind of sus, bro. And then they're like, but I know someone who does. And then motherfucking Mae Young comes out being all like, give me some of that. Kali was corpsing like a motherfucker. I could tell he was fighting the smile. Part of me genuinely thinks they ribbed him on this and told him that he was gonna kiss one of them, and then they sent out Mae Young to fucking rib him
because he was corpsing incredibly hard. He could not contain it at all.
Yeah, he was cracking a smile real hard. Yeah. This dude had
City.
Corpse City, bitch. Good. It was a good segment though. The match, I don't care. The segment was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And so then we move on to the first of our two main title matches. We have John Cena hit the trumpets versus Chris Jericho for the World's Heavyweight Championship. You know, I really expected so much more out of this match. Again. This was supposed to be a major championship feud, right? These dudes hate each other, right? And how do they start the match? With a fucking collar and elbow torn. Bro, I swear to God, as a wrestler, if I got any, like, kayfabe heat with my boy, I'm not tying up. That's so stupid. God damn it.
That's what you gotta do, bro. You gotta show off your wrestling acumen. I told you.
Bro, John Cena will tell you himself he is not a wrestler.
Well, that's John Cena.
But then again, John Cena in 2008 was very different than John Cena in like 2019.
Honestly.
Very different people. Very different people. So tie up, bullshit, whatever. Jericho goes for the triangle drop kick. He does, but he gets caught on Cena's shoulders and almost eats incredible amounts of shit. Mm-hmm. He almost fell right through. See you later, son. Break your head on the apron, whatever. He squirms out, throws Cena face first into the steps from the apron. That looked pretty cool. Yep. Cena then goes for the top rope. Goes to the top rope. Jericho tries to cut him off, but he throws him off. Hits the diving leg drop, which part of me fucking loves that move. I don't know why.
It was a bulldog.
Was it a bulldog? Whatever. I looked at it. I watched it, and I was like, leg drop.
Yeah, it's a bulldog. He hooked his gimmick. His head gimmick. Yeah.
You know how it call whatever you want. So then Cena goes for the AA. They were still calling it the FU at this point, but I was just so lost in my own sauce, I forgot. I don't even care anymore. Yeah. By 2008, it was all fucked anyway, so who cares? Jericho lands on his feet, hits a code breaker, gets a 2, because you already know it takes at least 5 finishes to beat this guy. In 2008, maybe even 10.
Yeah, 2008 was a good year.
Yeah. So then Cena lands another AA, but both men are they're both hurting. They're both hurting for certain. Can't do nothing. Laying there like a bunch of goobers. Cena gets to his feet first as the ref starts to count them out. Cena does an enziguri, tries to lock in the STF. Jericho wrestles his way into the walls of Jericho.
Excuse me, sir. It was the STFU.
Call whatever you want.
I did.
Yeah. Taking liberties. Damn right. So then Jericho wrestles his way into the walls of Jericho. Cena then powers back through, locks in the STF, and then Jericho taps out in like 3 seconds.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, I'm not here for this. I don't even want the championship. Fuck this.
Since this is real, you don't want to get it. You gotta preserve yourself.
Yeah, I gotta fight for another day. Something like
Yeah.
that. Put me in a Fujiwara armbar and let me sit on it for 2 minutes. That's pretty realistic.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the main event. We got Triple H versus Jeff Hardy versus Edge in a triple threat WWE Championship match. Man, dude, fucking something about the crowd's energy for Jeff Hardy just felt so right to me. This dude was, bro, Jeff Hardy in 2007 to 2009 was probably one of the most over dudes ever. Ever. My God.
I just really hate the WWE trope and formula for triple threat matches.
Yeah, one guy's got to be out of the ring for 3/4 of it.
Yeah, everybody knows how it goes. It just sucks to watch.
They put the damn gimmick in the games.
Yeah,
the rollout feature, baby.
Fortunately, I stopped playing before that feature was released. I think last WWE. Well, the last one that I purchased was WWE 13. I think the last one that I played 18. So
I think 18 is the one where it debuted. Maybe it was, or no, was it 17? I think it was 2K17 where they debuted that feature. Either way, it sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
So, beginning of the match, Jeff immediately takes the offense to Edge because fuck that guy. Triple H cuts in, but Jeff maintains control in the early maintains the control in the early goings. Jeff gets thrown hard into the barricade by Triple H, like really hard.
Sorry, headphone users, my drop.
Yeah, that scared me, bro.
Maybe.
Gonna super turn that down. So then Hardy gets thrown to the barricade, recovers as Triple H goes for the pedigree, which I don't know why he cut him off for this, but sure. Cuts him off with a whisper in the wind as he tries to pedigree Edge again. Oh, okay. So he hit the first pedigree, goes to do it again. Jeff hits him with a whisper in the wind to stop all that. Triple H then recovers, gets Edge up in an electric chair as Hardy does another whisper in the wind, and Edge takes bro, this neck bump, bro. This is half the reason he retired in 11, I swear. His neck bump was horrendous. Dude landed on the back of his fucking head. This looked awful.
Accordion style.
Yeah.
Just straight folded.
Edge goes for a spear to Jeff, but he leaps over it, and he winds up hitting Triple H in the corner. I thought that was pretty cool. Twist of Fate and a Swanton Bomb, but Edge pulled him off Triple H at 2. The match totally breaks down as all three of these dudes on the outside breaking up the tables and shit, doing whatever, Hardy and Triple H reverse each other's finishes on the table, so Edge comes through and spears Hardy through the other one. Impaler DDT to Triple H, which JR calls Impaler-like. Cool.
Yeah, super weird.
I was like, it's the Impaler DDT, dude. Yeah.
It's an Impaler, dude.
Yeah, an Impaler, buy my barbecue sauce. JRBarbecue.com. Triple H reverses a spear into a double A spine buster. Pedigree's Edge, but then for some reason Vladimir Kozlov comes out and starts fucking everything up.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy then comes out to intercept him, but Kozlov manages to push Jeff off the top rope before he can hit a swanton bomb on Edge. I'm not even sure what. I really don't know what Kozlov's game here was at all. Why was he here? Did Edge pay him? What's going on?
Be a bad guy.
He's being a bad man. Edge recovers from the distraction, spears Triple H, and only gets a 2 because, god damn it, I am Triple H. I don't get pinned, son. Edge retrieves 2 chairs, sets up for the con chair toe, but Hardy grabs the chair from Edge's hands and cracks him right over the skull with it. Goes for the swanton, but Triple H cuts him off. Pedigree to Edge, but before he can get the pin, Jeff Hardy hits a swanton bomb to pin Edge, which throws Triple H away for some reason, I guess. And he pins Edge to win the WWE Championship for the one and only time in his career. And then, of course, we have the big celebration, yada yada. Jeff Hardy, WWE Champion, climbs the set. He's on top of the castle, celebrating with his people. It's a pretty legendary image. We think we all have seen it. Cool stuff. I'm glad that Jeff at least got the strap one time. if never again. But
Yeah.
I mean, he lost it like a month later at the Royal Rumble, so I mean, you know, it's kind of like a token run for him, I guess.
True.
Yeah, you got over, kid. Here's your strap for a month, and then you're gonna lose at WrestleMania.
It just be like that, you know.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy is just incapable of winning matches at WrestleMania. Truly.
Remember when Jack Swagger was World Heavyweight Champion?
Yeah, like 2011.
That's the thing that happened.
2010.
Like, token runs for no reason.
Well, because it wasn't the main belt. What? Main belt.
Yeah.
Fucking just broke. Main belt, so they could do whatever the hell they wanted with it. That's why they're like, oh, we'll give it to Booker. Like, what the fuck? Give this guy the main title. What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
This is King.
fun.
This is King Booker. This is one of the best gimmicks of the 2000s. Are you kidding me?
Mark Henry should have got the WWE belt too.
After that salmon blazer get. Oh my god, yeah, dude. Oh my god, man, hit him with a. But nope, of course, you know, Super Cena can't take no losses until he's on his last legs of his career. But that's just how it be. So that was Armageddon for 2008. All in all, it was all right. There was, you know, the opener and that women's tag match were just no.
Real bad.
Batista and Orton was all right. I'm still kind of pissed off about the referee's call, but sure.
And the thing is, it happened so early in the match
That they could have gotten away with it if they just called the DQ and restarted.
It happened so early in the match that it was so inconsequential. It was so inconsequential because
because I never even forgot about it.
Yeah, there was so much match left. It's just so much.
Yeah, it was literally like they just wanted Legacy to get kicked out quick.
Yeah, it wasn't very fun.
Like they could have just simply not been out there at all. They didn't affect the match at all. But yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah, that was the show.
Speaking of that being the show, I think it's time that we peel out.
I would agree. So fuck, what was that? Episode 20? 21? 20?
Hold up. I think this is episode 21. 21. Yeah. 21.
This episode can legally drink in the United States.
Yes, sir. Taking Liberties Pro Wrestling Podcast is all grown up. Yeah.
You know, I was about to go into the all grown up theme, but I don't think anybody wanted to.
Don't be doing all that.
If you guys want to hear us do things in the future at that point, you can become a patron at our Patreon at patreon.com/TLProPod. You can also follow the Twitter at twitter.com/TLProPod. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Blueberry, Bullhorn, Owl, Spotify, so many places. Also,
everywhere.
Apple reviews.
We will read them.
Don't forget. And once again, you know, we got that nice little Discord. If you guys wanna and become a part of our little community, you could go ahead and do that too.
Yeah, it's a great way to literally conversate with us casually. We're not assholes, I swear.
That's not a word.
What?
Conversate.
Converse. Yeah, we're gonna converse on these Chuck Taylors. Yeah. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you all. We love you all so much. Keep it chill. Have a great day. We'll catch you all next time. Later. Bitch.